Good afternoon. My name is Spencer Coca. I'm here from the Schoharie Economic Enterprise Corporation, and I'm joined today by Tom Reynolds from the Small Business Development Center. He's here to talk to us today about the programs and offerings that the Small Business Development Center has and how to take advantage of them. Good morning, Tom. Afternoon.
Morning. Thank you for having me here. Thanks. Yeah, my name's Tom Reynolds. I'm a senior business advisor for the Albany Small Business Development Center. I've been working here for the SBDC for approximately 8 years. I came here initially as a disaster assistance advisor. So I did a lot of work in Schoharie County. I kind of have a quick slideshow I'll try to bring up here that goes through what the SBDC is, since that's one of our, one of the big topics is to, let's start at what is the SBDC? Okay, so the SBDC, let me just do this here. Okay. Let's see. Okay. The SBDC program and services. The Small Business Development Center is a nationwide program. There's centers in every state of the union. And the program was kind of modeled after a Department of Agriculture program called the Cooperative Extension, where the federal government contracted with universities in each state to provide assistance services to farmers. And then in the 1970s, they decided, well, that model's working pretty good. So why don't we do this for small businesses also? So, so basically, we have the primary sponsoring agency, which is the U.S. Small Business Administration. And then in each state, there's a designated host university that the state helps fund. So in New York State, it is the State University of New York. And the mission is to help start and grow small businesses in virtually any way we can. We can assist, but we have certain specialties. So in New York State, I said that the State University is the overall sponsor of the program. And then we have host institutions throughout the state that cover certain regions, okay? So obviously, University of Albany has the greater capital region. If we're looking at the capital region, we're looking at, an 11 county service area. So we have Albany, Columbia, Fulton, Greene, Montgomery, Rensselaer, Schenectady, Schoharie, Saratoga, Warren, and Washington. So it's a fairly large coverage area. At this point, we normally have a staff of about 6 full-time advisors that are here to help small businesses. Right now, because of the pandemic and the disaster funding and the amount of demand there is, we're at 10 full-time small business advisors. So it's been a very busy time.
Incredible. How many businesses are you working with currently?
Well, it ranges. We typically historically have done about 1,200 new businesses a year. Right now, we're on the last 2 years, we've been doing about 3,000 a year. So now that's 3,000 engagements with small businesses. And some of them are pretty quick engagements. It's just answering a few questions, getting them on the right path. We've had some, in the last couple of years, I had some where I will be putting 40 or 50 hours of work into small businesses. Our center was started here in 1984, and these numbers that you're seeing now, those were pre-pandemic numbers. So we did 25,000 businesses in total, helped create a save 12,700 jobs, and we did about 450 million in economic impact. We measure that by the amount of funding we assist businesses get. And I said that's kind of pre-pandemic. If you looked at pandemic money, just the last couple of years, it's kind of ballooned another couple $100 million. but a lot of that is because we're helping people with the PPP funding and the EIDL funding, which, I mean, the SBA's never processed this amount of funding in the past. I mean, this has been record breaking. I mean, in the past we might do 20 billion, and in the last couple of years, the SBA processed several $1 trillion through the process.
Wow.
So it's been very hectic period, I would say. So I can give you an overview. As I said earlier, we try to help in whatever capacity we can, but we have, and the core of the SBDC program, the real core of that is to provide one-on-one counseling assistance. And
Okay.
that used to be one-on-one direct face-to-face counseling assistance. Obviously, because of COVID, we've gone to a more remote model. I talked a little bit about our 11 county region and how large it was. Before pre-COVID, we had 5 or 6 different outreach centers. We had one in Glens Falls and Clifton Park. We had one in Johnstown. We had one over in Rensselaer County. And we would man those, once or twice a week. So for people that didn't have the capacity to travel to our location. But obviously, because of COVID, we've kind of cut back on that. We are leaving it up to our partners for those outreach locations to dictate whether they feel it's necessary for us to come back at this point. I know Rensselaer County I started going over to Rensselaer County several months ago. So we're starting to pick up some more of the outreach services.
Good.
So the one-on-one advisement services, I would say, is mostly business plan development and small business startup assistance. I would say that's probably 75% of the requests we get. And primarily because the SBDC is the main technical assistance arm of the Small Business Administration. So the Small Business Administration offers technical assistance, all the assistance that they can provide small business. And they also provide funding, and they provide funding through 2 primary programs. One is the 7A loan guarantee program that banks take advantage of, and one is the SBA 504 program. So, and each of those programs, because the government is getting involved in some way or another, either by providing a guarantee to the lender or providing the direct financing. And when a government agency is actually supporting the lending, there becomes a little bit more of an administrative burden, because you have to follow, the small business has to meet the public policy goals of the program. So that's why our program was created, to kind of help take the burden off the small business and the banks and help those businesses meet that documentation requirement. For instance, if you're going for a small business loan, anybody who's doing a new business startup needs to have a business plan. So if you want to get SBA funding. So that's why our main request is business plan development and small business startup assistance. And we can taking people through the steps of what they have to do from the regulatory perspective on how to start up the small business. Then we have a lot of more broader and several other niche programs.
Okay.
People with marketing. For instance, we have one person on our staff that's a social media expert. So if people want to get into a social media marketing program, we can help them. We can assign them to that specific person. Okay.
And that person gives direct assistance to small businesses who need assistance with their social media?
Yeah, yes, yeah. I mean, let's put it this way. They will give them direct guidance.
Okay.
Okay. Our advisors probably don't have the time to sit and structure everybody's social media platforms and get them up and running.
Makes sense.
But they're skilled enough that they can direct them on how to do it. And if they have problems, they can help troubleshoot it. Okay.
Excellent.
My specific area of expertise, because I did small business lending for for 20 years, both on the 7A loan guarantee side and the SBA 504 side, is helping people do those financial structuring, financial strategies, and how to get through those programs. We also have experts on staff that deal with government procurement, international trade, and minority business development assistance. For instance, if somebody needs assistance, we have several people that are skilled or at getting New York State MWBE certifications, getting federal WOSB, which is Woman-Owned Small Business Assistance certification, getting service disabled business certification, and New York State has a service disabled veteran certification program also, or getting their disadvantaged business enterprise certification. Along with that, to support that, there are, the SBA regional office out of Syracuse has a procurement specialist too. And several of our centers, for instance, the one in Watertown, is also a designated federal procurement assistance center. Okay, so that gets funded through the Department of Defense. So so we have people that, even if our local people may not have the depth of knowledge in certain areas or certain government agencies, they can go to people that can help them navigate that system.
Excellent. And do your advisors, do they have any, are there specific types of businesses that they're limited to? Do they work with industrial businesses, rural agriculture?
Yeah. I mean, we as I say, some people have more experience than others. We have one advisor that's here that was in a rural agricultural food business. So, she tends to get assigned, the assignments go to the people where their strengths lie.
Good.
I have always been more on the technology and manufacturing side. So that's where a lot of things get assigned to me.
Excellent. Excellent.
There's a couple people that actually operated in the retail business sector, so they end up getting the retail side of that. So
it sounds great that you guys really hone your skills towards the businesses that can use them most.
Yeah, it's always easier, and we tend to work collaboratively, so it's not it's a kind of a team effort. So
of course,
somebody to help you if there's an area that's a particular weakness for an advisor. There's always somebody on staff, or incidentally, we work collaboratively throughout the whole network. Okay, so we have access to, there's 23 centers throughout New York State. So there's usually, for instance, we use a gentleman here, if you're interested in starting up a co-op type business, is an expert in our Syracuse office who's recognized as one of the leading experts in the state when it comes to starting up a co-op business. So we always have those resources that we can go to.
Outstanding. That's great news. And what do you offer any sorts of training services? Any other services?
You asked about training services. Yes, we do. We are just in the, we just got done offering 3 or 4 different training programs, and we don't have any starting right now, but we probably will. We generally don't do a lot of training during the summer.
Okay.
Not that well attended. And then we'll be working on our fall training. But if you look at the slide we have here, you'll see that, here's some of our other sister centers, Brooklyn, Farmingdale, Mid-Hudson, Stony Brook. These are all webinars or workshops. I just put up the one page here, and I mean, this page goes on for 4 pages. So always a, now some of these may have some small charge to be in, or some of them may be free. So you'd have to go through each one of them.
Okay.
Just give you it's
and
later
you're-
in the slide, but to get to this page, it's www.nysbdc.org, and you go to the nysbdc.org website and just click on training, and I'll show that again later in the presentation.
Outstanding. And going back to the other services you offer, do you charge for those services?
No,
Or
that's yeah, that's one thing I probably should reiterate. Is that all of the advisement services are free. Okay, they're free of charge. So we do not charge for any of the advisement services at all. So, as I said, some of the training programs may have a small charge with them, but pretty much advisement services, getting assigned to a small business advisor is no cost to the entrepreneur.
that's great to hear. And in terms of the training programs, what sort of fee are they looking at if they were to sign up?
It can range. Some of them are pretty in depth, and they'll be might be $100 or something, but
Okay.
most of them are $10-$20, for an individual fee. So
Excellent. Something affordable. Sounds
and a
great.
lot of them, and as I said, a lot of them are actually free. So, and during the COVID, we did probably 100 webinars to cover all the various changes that were going on in the PPP-1 program, the PPP-2 program, the EIDL program. At that time, we were like, okay, there's no charge for any of that. So we typically try not to charge unless the program has some type of direct cost associated with it.
Excellent.
I wanted to highlight a couple other programs that we have specific to the Albany SBDC. One is our SEED program, which is a character-based loan fund. Okay, so this is a partnership between our center, the School of Business, and the School of Social Welfare, and the State Employee Federal Credit Union. So SEFCU is actually the financial backing behind this program. So we typically run, in fact, we just finished our spring program. So we typically run a spring and a fall program. You have to apply to get in. And then you are selected based on your application, okay? You go through an 8-week training program to develop your business plan. You have to do a presentation, like a Shark Tank presentation, to a group of loan officers from SEFCU, and you can be eligible for up to a $35,000 startup loan for your business. So that's a program that's unique to this center. We're the only center in New York State that has that, primarily based because it's primarily was made doable because of SEFCU's involvement. However, now that SEFCU is expanding and merging with Capcom, there is a chance that we may be partnering with some of our other states and expanding this program to other areas of New York State. So
Sounds like a great opportunity.
yeah. Now, when you're talking about getting your free small business advisement services, if your preference is to do some of this training or business plan development online, we do have a online program called EntreSkills. That is a 16-part program that if you get assigned to an advisor, you can get signed up onto EntreSkills. It'll take you through. That means you can go at your own pace. You can work on it. You go through the various modules, the various videos that they have as part of the program. You can start working on your business plan as you're going through the program. You can also reach out and get some feedback from your advisor if they set you up on this. So as you complete a segment, you can ask your advisor to review it and give you some feedback and that kind of thing. Again, EntreSkills is a free program. So, but you do have to be an SBDC client, okay? One of the nice research, nice free services we provide is the SBDC has a centralized research network. So they have a team of research librarians that prescribe to hundreds of various online data sources, okay? And if you are a SBDC client, you can put in a request through your advisor to the research network. Generally takes them a week or two to get to work on the research request and get back to you with some data, get some interesting data. So it's typically again, I want to say these services are also free. So
Excellent.
but you have to, as I said, you have to get first assigned to an advisor. In the realm of government procurement, we have a free bid matching service called BidLinks. So you get signed up with your advisor. Your advisor can get you into the system. You can select various areas of interest. This central bid matching service connects with other states, counties, local government, all federal agencies, U.S. territories, and some things out of Canada also. So, and you can get daily updates through this on things that you might be interested in bidding on. If you're in the business of providing services or have goods or services that any government is interested in purchasing, and if you're familiar with the U.S. government and its purchasing habits, it's the largest purchaser of goods and services in the entire world. So there's virtually, you think of it, somewhere in the government is buying some of that. So I know, I often think it's like one of my favorite stories is a woman who was in the funeral parlor business, and she came to me and she said, well, I'd like to get certified as a woman-owned business by both the state and the federal government. And I'm like, really? It's like, I don't know if that's, going to work out for you, because I don't know, if they buy a lot of funeral parlor services. Well, it turns out they do. So it's like, so it worked out well for her. It's like, they have people that pass away that might be in a state hospital or in prison or something, and no family comes and claims the person. So the state has to take care of that person. So they call her because she's a woman certified business. And
interesting story.
Any state agency, and on the federal side, federal agencies need to spend a certain amount of their budgets with these certified businesses to support women, minority, service disabled businesses. That those procurement officers, look to that.
Excellent.
So as I say, these are all free for people who are actively assigned to an advisor. And the question is, well, how does one get assigned to an advisor? Okay. Well, the easiest way is to go to this page, www.nysSBDC.org. And you can see right there, there's two places you can click to make an appointment. It says, click on make an appointment, or up on this bar here that says make an appointment. That will ask you to put in some basic information, what your business is, name, address, some other basic information, and then you'll be assigned to the nearest small business development center. So if you're in Schoharie County, you will be assigned to us at the small business development, at the Albany Small Business Development Center.
Excellent. Thank you so much
That's
for all of
how,
this.
yeah, that's how you get now. Well, one point, I know somebody had asked me, oh, I think you did, Spencer, about what type of publications could be available. We do have a range of publications. Again, you have to sign up as an advisor, but we have several. I don't know if you could see this.
Yeah, definitely.
Publication here is on business planning and a guide to export. And this is free. We have one on government procurement planning guide. This is also free. We have a technology and planning guide, which is for technology and business, mostly for technology-based businesses. We have a guide for social media marketing and small business. Again,
Excellent.
free. Recipe for success, selling food products. Disaster planning, a recovery guide, disaster recovery, a planning guide.
Outstanding. And how can people access these
So,
materials?
these, I think that what they want to do is sign up as a client, and once they're in the system, they'll be assigned, and then the advisor can either send you a hard copy, or if you want a hard copy, or that we have them all in digital copies too. So
Outstanding. That brings us to the end of our time today. Thank you so much. You've given us so much information, and I'm sure that our business community is going to be very appreciative and take advantage of these services, because I think you guys offer is incredible. And I think there's a lot of businesses who could take advantage, especially those who are just starting out.
well, I'm happy to do it. And as I said, I spent many years working down in Schoharie County, and I feel very attached to Schoharie County, and I have a lot of long-term friends that are from Schoharie County. So I'm happy to help, and just reach out via the website and we can help you out. Thanks.
Outstanding. Thank you so much.